When the geese fly south and the fall winds blow, it's black walnut harvest time.
Every year, when the coolness of fall returns, individuals, families, and organizations across Middle America head for the great outdoors to enjoy a time-honored tradition, harvesting American Black Walnuts, a true gift of nature.
The black walnut harvest is unique and involves thousands of people every year. The crop is almost totally a wild crop, and the harvest is still picked by hand, as it was when my grandfather started Hammons Products Company in 1946.
When small-town grocer Ralph Hammons noticed the abundance of black walnuts around his hometown of Stockton, Missouri, he started buying black walnuts from local folks, shelling 100,000 pounds the first year. With a lot of help, Ralph's business grew, and his son, Dwayne, led it to national prominence in the industry. Today, Hammons Products Company shells around 30 million pounds per year, harvested through 260 locally operated hulling stations spread across 16 states. Missouri produces almost 65% of each year's total crop, and virtually all the crop is processed by Hammons Products, making Stockton, Missouri the black walnut capital of the world. From the harvest to the finished product, it's the people who make it happen. Starting with the industrious folks who go out every fall to pick up the fallen nuts in lawns, fields, and pastures, returning millions of dollars to rural communities.
Well, we got started picking them up here. I've been doing it about 4 years, I guess. The money we make on walnuts we use for small trips and going out to eat, stuff like that. That's mostly our extra spending money. Last year, we picked up a little over $2,000 worth of them. That's a lot of walnuts.
The annual fall harvest also offers a great opportunity for groups and organizations to work together to generate needed income.
Our group decided at a 4-H meeting last spring, a fellow leader suggested, why don't we pick up walnuts? We try to do different fundraisers every year so they can have a little money to spend, have some fun, and have a little group activity. We plan to make it a couple more Sunday afternoons picking up walnuts and getting more of the group together. It's just, getting them outside, out in front of the TV and the computer, and out here in the great outdoors. Well, the ones that, were able to be here today, I think it was just a great idea. They've been looking forward to it. Yeah.
And for many, the annual black walnut harvest is a healthy outdoor activity that's become a family tradition.
Looking back, I still remember the best times of them all. Taking Dad's old rusty pickup, gathering walnuts in the fall.
I enjoy just being outside, meeting the people. They're all really good to us, too. They actually like to bring us back some of those walnuts, maybe in candies or cookies or fudge.
All nuts hulled and purchased at each of the hulling stations across the country come to the Hammons plant in Stockton, Missouri. Nuts arriving in mesh bags are dried in open-air barns to remove moisture prior to processing. Nuts delivered in bulk are stored in large bins where a forced air fan system accelerates the drying process.
After the nuts are then dried and ready for production, we clean the outside of the nuts. There's hull debris and things like that comes off the nuts, and then we take them into the cracking plant. And at the cracking plant, they run between large steel wheels to crack the nuts, hard outer shell. And there's a lot of inside shell also. People who have cracked black walnuts at home know how hard they are to crack and how few nut meats there are.
There's a lot of shell and just a little bit of meat.
There's a lot of shell and a little bit of goody meat. Yeah. But that goody meat is really tasty and very flavorful and very much worthwhile.
Once the nuts are cracked, the process of separating the nut meats from the shells begins. The larger nuts run through electronic sorting machines to remove most of the shells, while pin-picking machines separate shells from the smaller nut meats. After the nut meats are sorted in various sizes from small up to fancy large, they pass through state-of-the-art ScanMaster 2 sorting machines, equipped with infrared sensing detectors capable of removing even the tiniest bits of unwanted material. Next, all nut meats are run across vibrating tables where experienced inspectors sit on both sides to manually remove any pieces of shell or dark nut meats the machines might have missed. After a final pass through a metal detector, the nuts are boxed and sealed for shipping to customers all over the country to be used in ice cream, candies, baked goods, and a growing variety of culinary applications.
We use them a great deal in chicken or with fish. We've been adding them to pasta and putting them in salads. We've been doing all kinds of wonderful things. Black walnuts have become increasingly good news for diet-conscious Americans. Walnuts are very high in monounsaturated fats, which is the good kind of fat, like the fat in olive oil. I think black walnuts have a very satisfying taste and texture that is missing in a lot of diet plans.
While the flavorful nut meat is greatly prized, the hard black walnut shell is useful too. After cracking, shell fragments are ground into various sizes from coarse down to very fine for use as a soft grit abrasive for metal cleaning and polishing, as a cleaning agent in soaps, cosmetics, and dental cleansers, in the oil drilling process, and for environmental protection as a filtration media. Black walnut shells were even used to help clean the Statue of Liberty. With all its multiple uses, the black walnut is truly a gift of nature. Both product and employee safety are high priorities at Hammons. That's what makes for a great product and a great workplace. Listen to this industrial safety professional.
I come down here every month to work with Hammons and really enjoy working with them because they take their safety program very seriously. They have made their concern for their buyers just as important to them. So they really embrace their program, and I just would love to be able to take them to some of my other clients and show them how a safety program really should work.
To meet increasing demand, Hammons Products Company created the Shoneff Tree Farm, a black walnut orchard demonstrating the tree's multiple use value as a revenue producer compatible with numerous crops and commercial livestock operations. And for future growth, Hammons Products has worked with agricultural researchers and nut growers to plant grafted trees, producing a higher proportion of nut meat and a greater dollar return to the grower.
There's no one else in the world that's doing the kinds of things that we're doing with black walnuts. The black walnut has a very good nutrition message. It's a very good ingredient for today's diet, and the flavor of black walnuts, which is the distinction of black walnuts, is something that people really love as an ingredient in bacon.
Hammons Nut Emporium is the retail, online, and mail-order division of Hammons for sale of nuts and other products directly to households and as gifts. Since a destructive tornado in 2003 destroyed much of downtown Stockton, the Hammons Nut Emporium on the rebuilt town square has become one of the area's most popular shops. Featuring a menu of freshly prepared foods and confections, the Hammons Emporium includes Hammons nut products, gourmet coffees, and locally handmade gourmet ice creams, along with gifts, books, and souvenirs. A lot has happened since Ralph Hammons started a little business over 60 years ago, and it's all come from God's simple gift of nature, the American Black Walnut.
This year's harvest will be picked by hand to provide the black walnut's distinctive flavor to you and your family. That's what we do at Hammons Products. Our mission is to lead and grow the black walnut nut industry, to provide quality nut products and superior service with the highest integrity in all we do.
When the geese fly south and the fall winds blow, it's black walnut harvest time. We fill our sacks with Ozark's gold. It's black walnut